Education in America. When we send our children off to school, do we hope that they're getting the best education possible? I sure hope that my child is getting a good education. But in all actuality, when we send our child to school, are they just being taught how to correctly take a test? During this debate, I would like to agree with the statement that the use of standardized testing is not improving education in America. According to a National Research Council report that was conducted in May of 2011, the report showed that there was no evidence that test-based incentive programs were working. So, yes, of course, our children may be able to take a test, but how is this going to help them once they get out into the real world and they're dealing with real life equations? With that being said, when they're out in the real world, they won't be put out and asked a question that just has choices of A, B, C, and D. They'll be out there standing alone with their mind and creative way of thinking and having to come up with an answer. According to Procon.com, section 13, the multiple choice question encourages a simplistic way of thinking, which doesn't let our kids have a mind on their own, in my understanding. They have a guidance along the whole way through. And that's with just a right or wrong answer. It's either choice A, B, C, or D. And it doesn't really apply in real world situations. You can have multiple answers and multiple different ways that people think of and can figure out on how to do things. President Obama even states that he thinks we should put a cap on the amount of exams that our students are taking and even limit the amount of time that we spend taking on exams and stop obsessing over them. And I would like to agree. The amount of tests required to be taken narrows the range of learning. As stated in Procon.com, it is more of teachers teaching the test, and that can undermine America's ability to produce innovators and critical thinkers. In America, we need our younger generation to help us, I say the older generation, come up and produce new ideas so that we're not stuck in our ways. America needs these new ideas so that we can stay on top and we're not stuck in the same old ways that we've been doing. And with these tests, if we keep getting multiple, more and more, then I feel like the younger generation that we need to be raising up to help us create these new ideas are getting stuck in ways that they can't express themselves to help us do that. Also, there's a Kim at the College of William and Mary study found that American scores on the Torrance test of creative thinking was dropping. Students may fear failing a test or being left behind. With that being said, the consequences that may follow in return could leave your child stressed. And who wants to see their child stressed over taking a test? And this is just the beginning of their life and they have a lot more to go. And they're already stressing over the amount of tests and studying that they have to do for that test. We want our kids to get out and play, get in some dirt, some sand, or whatever. That, to me, can get their creative juices flowing and get them stuck out of just the ABC answer choices. Also, according to researcher Gregory J. Cizik, testing produces gripping anxiety in even the brightest students and makes young children vomit or even cry. As a parent, I don't want to see my child during a test. You have to get called up because your child is having anxiety. Even the brightest students, they might freeze up during a test. They might know all of the information, and then when the test is placed in front of them, just completely lose it all. And these tests are based on or what we get our information from to see if your student needs to go on to the next level or not. I have my reasons of why I agree with why the uses of standardized testing is not improving education in America, and I'm standing firmly by it.